Mantras have a well-entrenched significance in astrology, especially mantras for 9 planets in astrology, or Navgraha mantras as they call them. Each planet in astrology maintains its own significance in a native's life, as it's the positives or negatives of these planets that influence his or her life decisions in the long term. Hence, as any astrologer would tell you, to get the best results from life, pleasing different planets in astrology becomes crucial. In fact, not just pleasing the planets, but when the question is about getting the best from life, pleasing any astronomical body, including nakshatras, vastu energy, yantras, or even God can help. And one of the many ways to please these elements of astrology is through mantras. What is Vedic mantra in astrology? Before we sit down to learn about all the different types of mantras in astrology, it is crucial that we first understand what mantras are all about and how to use or say, recite them, and what benefits can different mantras bring to the native. The ancient Vedic astrology, for 1000s of years, has been about making life easy for an individual. And to do so, Vedic astrology recognizes 3 major remedies or upays. These 3 remedies are mantras, yantras, and gemstones. When we talk about mantra recitation as a remedy, it is considered the most sought way not only to decipher and solve your problems but also to please God and planets in astrology. In fact, reciting mantras is also associated with personal satisfaction and can allow anyone peace of mind if they have been struggling to find some. Hence, mantras in astrology are not just about spiritual benefits but also psychological benefits. To define, mantras in Vedic astrology are a combination of syllables or hymns, which, if pronounced correctly, helps the native to concentrate one's mind on the universal energy and infinite spiritual energy within the self. Mantras have existed in the world for over 1000s of years and find mention in numerous religious books written in the past, including the Vedas. Over the years, as rishis have come to realize the benefits of reciting mantras in astrology, they have happened to add on to the list of mantras. The essence of the mantra comes from its root word or bija, and the power generated by it is called mantra shakti. Each of the root words in a mantra is associated with a planet or god. Mantra chanting or mantra jap physically prompts you to synchronize your sound, breathing and senses. The sound produced by the mantras has the ability to transform your emotions and the way you think altogether and take you to a higher spiritual level. In fact, recitation of mantras on a regular basis creates a sense of spiritual awareness in the person and leads him towards a life of peace and tranquility. Today, with the emergence of yoga and its worldwide acceptability as a way of mental and physical healing has given a major recognition to mantra chanting. Even science today believes in the power of mantra and recommends people to combine it with their yoga schedule to experience peace and well-being of mind, body and soul. Relationship between mind and mantras. Mantras can bring you many benefits, but if you think reciting mantras would do some magic and take away all your problems at once, then you are simply living in a bubble. If you ever ask an astrologer how mantras work, they will tell you how a mantra alters the way you think, which eventually permits you to change your life or actions for good. However, to have these wonderful benefits of mantras on your mind, you need to practice, recite them on a regular basis. The word mantra has its roots in the ancient Sanskrit language. Mantra as a word is made of 2 terms, man which means mind and tre which means tool or instrument. Thus a mantra is nothing but a tool for thinking. As only when you think of your full potential, only then can you make the required changes in your life. But the question must be asked, why do we end up plaguing our thinking process? Astrologers claim that humans are not just intellectual beings but also emotional beings who are habitual to making decisions based on their emotional acumen. This leads to unalignment of mind and feelings at times, which results in confusion for the native. Hence, to align our minds with our feelings, mantras come into the picture. Our mind is always in a state of activity, and recitation of a mantra acts as an instrument to bring it to a standstill for relaxation. As we are in our peace zone now, we are able to connect with our subconscious. This allows us a deeper state of awareness, thus helping us make better decisions in life. In fact, some of the mantras in astrology are simply melodic phrases that do not even have any particular meaning. Their sole purpose is to musically uplift the senses of an individual, as music is usually known to hit the right chords within us. This way, one is better able to align his mind and heart to take a fruitful life decision for himself. Astrological importance of mantras. As someone born in India, it is likely impossible that you haven't heard a mantra in your life. Be it a temple, a wedding ceremony or simply Bhumi Pujan, Pandits tend to recite mantras at all these, and many more occasions. The mantras are recited to appease either the planets or gods, and is one of the ways to ask them for their blessings. Having said that, there are numerous mantras in astrology, and each one of them is associated with a divine force. Just like there is a mantra for all planets in astrology, similarly, there are mantras for each chakra in astrology too. So in case any of the chakra in your body gets blocked or is not able to transfer the required energy, chanting the associated mantra with it can help unblock it and can surge its life force energy. Besides, mantra chanting is an essential part of many religions. Reciting a mantra helps the native connect with the divinity in the universe who he thinks of as the ruling force. You must have seen in movies or even heard from your elders, or even in yoga, how in order to connect with the supreme force we first need to focus our thoughts on one thing. Reciting mantras helps in doing just that. It calms our minds and helps us attain the state where we can feel our inner consciousness. Although doing so is tough, but we do have a plan for it. And what's that? The 40 days concept of mantra. Just like it takes 21 days to tame any habit, similarly, it takes approx 40 days to shift your consciousness towards spirituality and mental peace. If practicing mantra reciting, astrologers suggest that you must recite a mantra 108 times a day for a cycle of 40 days. 40 days is the minimum time required to make a shift in the consciousness of a person and let him brew the focus it requires to get the best out of reciting a mantra. Also, the number 108 refers to the number of nadis that need to get energized in order to feel the blissful aspects of a mantra. History of Vedic Mantras recitation. Most of the mantras are written in Sanskrit because of the fact that Sanskrit words produce pure vibrations. Writing mantras in Sanskrit helps produce pure vibrations of the chakras, thus ensuring they don't get blocked. Writing mantras is an age-old practice as these mantras can be found in texts dating back to 1000 BC. At its simplest, the word Om is a mantra and is believed to be the first sound that originated on the earth. In more sophisticated forms, mantras are melodic phrases with spiritual interpretations such as a human longing for truth, reality, light, immortality, peace, love, knowledge, and action. Today, the structure and type of mantra varies per the religion, Hinduism, Jainism, Buddhism or Sikhism. But most of these mantras are said to have originated from the Vedic school of thoughts. The Rigveda Samhita contains about 10,552 mantras, classified into 10 books called mandalas. A mantra can take distinct form including Asi, verses from the Rigveda, and Saman, musical chants from the Samveda. Since the Vedic period, the hymns and verses have been narrated and recited by the rishis. The rishis, however, are not the producer of these mantras and are only responsible for sharing their knowledge of mantras revealed to them. It's the Vedic poets who we need to give the credit for coming up with mantras. The Vedic poets were fascinated by the inspirational power of poems and referred to them as Rudhi, which evolved into the Dhyan, meditation, of Hinduism. In the mid-Vedic period, mantras were derived from all Vedic compositions. They included Asi, verses from Rigveda, Saman, musical chants from the Samveda, Yajus, a muttered formula from the Yajurveda, and Nigada, a loudly spoken Yajus. Thereafter, during the Hindu epics period, there were add-ons to Vedas as they multiplied to meet numerous needs of people. In fact, various schools of mantras emerged, including tantric schools. In the Linga Purana, mantra is listed as one of the 1008 names of Lord Shiva. Types of mantras in astrology. Over the centuries, mantras have diversified and surely there have been add-ons to the list. In fact, mantras have been categorized as per the needs and requirements of the people. Hence, with categorization has emerged different types of mantras. These mantras are associated with planets in astrology, gods, nakshatra, and various other aspects such as love, marriage, health, etc. All in all, there are as many as 70 million mantras in astrology today. And whether they will work for you or not depends upon the temperament of the person narrating it and not the superiority of the mantra over one another. When considering the types of mantras, there are three: Bij mantra, Saguna mantra and Nirgun mantra. 1. Bij mantra. One of the most sacred mantras is Om. It is a Bij mantra, meaning a seed sound that forms the basis of all the mantras. Om is a universal Bij mantra as it has found a place in various religions. There are many more Bij mantras that form the basis of all other mantras in astrology. Each of these Bij mantras is associated with some deity. When chanted with focus and devotion, Bij mantras help in fulfilling the desire of any native. Other Bij mantras are Kareem. Kareem Bija mantra is associated with goddess Kali. Reciting this Bij mantra gives the native confidence. Chanting the Kareem Bij mantra also brings strength and wisdom. Shreem. This Bija mantra is associated with Mahalakshmi. Chanting this mantra brings social status and wealth to the native. Rum. The Bij mantra is associated with Shiva. Chanting the Rum Bij mantra helps natives in fighting death, despair, diseases, etc. The Bij mantra helps in the attainment of liberation. Doom. Doom Bij mantra is associated with goddess Durga. Chanting this Bij mantra helps in the fulfillment of desires. This Bij mantra also brings strength to the native. 3. The Shri Bij mantra is associated with goddess Bhuneshwari. The mantra helps in eradicating sorrows from the life of the native while ensuring you the blessings of Shiva and Parvati. Ayam. This mantra is associated with goddess Saraswati. The Bij mantra helps the native garner courage, confidence and communication skills. Gam. Gam is the Bij mantra for Lord Ganesha. Chanting this mantra brings wisdom, knowledge and happiness to the life of the native. Fraum. The Fraum Bij mantra is associated with Lord Hanuman. The Bij mantra gives the native strength and protection and helps him in eliminating his fears. Dam. Dam is the Bij mantra for Lord Vishnu. Chanting this mantra helps the native in attaining a happy married life, wealth and abundance of good health. Brahm. The powerful Bij mantra is associated with Lord Bhairava. The Bij mantra helps in dealing with the native with any kind of court case and also brings fame to the native. Doom. The Doom Bij mantra is associated with goddess Umvati. Chanting the mantra saves the natives from enemies. 2. Saguna mantra. Saguna is a Sanskrit word meaning with attributes or having qualities. Saguna mantras are sometimes called deity mantras because they often focus on some form of the divine. 3. Nirgun mantra. Last but not least are the Nirgun mantras, which are said to have originated from the Vedic texts and are thus the oldest mantras. No deities are invoked with these words. The Nirgun mantras can be very difficult to interpret and are considered to not have a specific form or meaning. These mantras are said to have their identification with all of creation and contain the fundamental truths in yogic philosophy. It is said that one's mind must be very strong to be able to concentrate on the abstract Nirgun mantras. Benefits of reciting mantras. From invoking deities to chanting them during numerous rituals, mantras in astrology have various benefits. Here are some benefits of reciting mantras as per astrology. Each of us has planets in our birth chart that are weak/debilitated or badly placed in our kundli, and hence can hinder our growth. Reciting mantras is one of the remedies to please weak planets. There are mantras for each and every planet in astrology. In fact, mantras can also be used to please the benefic planets and further strengthen them in your kundli. The best thing about mantras is that they give only positive effects. Mantras can help you in attracting health, wealth, happiness, pleasure, love and success. Reciting certain mantras can help in warding off laziness, diseases and troubles. Many psychiatrists believe that mantra chanting helps in reducing stress. Additionally, mantra chanting clears off your head and calms down the nervous system. Chanting mantras and concentrating help in slowing down the heart rate and results in decreased levels of blood pressure. As chanting mantras lead to relaxing the mind, it leads to lower consumption of oxygen as well. Chanting of mantras helps in restoring the body via deep sleep. Meditation practitioners are of the view that vibrations of chanting certain syllables can lead to a deep meditative state, which helps in releasing any blocked energy or unblocking the chakras. Mantra meditation can help improve brain health. You are able to retain things in a better way and for longer. Repeating a mantra while meditating can also help you find a natural breathing rhythm.